Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to TWF NXT. I am Gene Okerlund, here with Hope and here with Wade Barrett. And today on NXT, we're going to see today on NXT, I think sadly, we're going to see Seth Rollins. Well, Hope says we don't know where Trini Kwan's at, so I'm going to be filling in for her until we can see where she's at. And Seth Rollins, he is a man not to be fucked with. Well, you got that right, Wade Barrett said. Seth Rollins has been seeking to do the greater good here in the TWF, but like Bob Backlund and like Steven Richards and CM Punk before him, he has done evil and seek to say it was good. All right. So I know when this fight started, way back months ago, last year. It started out with having Sinner and Spear, those two UFC fighters, and then something happened, and I had to throw them away. Then there was Razor and Akam, and soon came James Storm and Teddy DiBiase Namesake. But we all know Teddy DiBiase Namesake got in a lawful bind with the land leadership or the land law moat, and he was gone. And Razor and Akam, they just fucked off and never came back. So, I'm losing followers. So I thought I could bring James Storm and bring him up a bit. Oh, he was going to come to WWE. They did have goals for him. Then the illness happened and they couldn't bring him in. And right now they're still holding for a start date for him. But until then, James Storm, you're always going to be known as that man who was in WWE for 3 months on NXT, had 3 fights, and then said, "Never send a boy to do a man's job." Yeah, that dumbass song. That dumb song, Seth Rollins said. You also couldn't hold the heavyweight winnings long enough. Remember back in IW, where everybody made a big shit about you? You were in IW, you won the IW heavyweight winnings. Boom! 1 week later, lost to Robert Roode. I'm getting about sick of listening to you talk, Seth Rollins. In the beginning, I followed you because I thought you were doing the greater good. But all I see is you doing evil past saying it's good. You're doing a greater evil, Seth Rollins. That's why Sinner and Spear, Razor and Akam, that's the reason why Teddy DiBiase Namesake wanted nothing to do with you. That's why I want nothing to do with you now. You're an evil man doing the greater evil. You lied to all of us. To Sinner, to Spear, to Razor and Akam, Teddy DiBiase Namesake, and you're lying to me. So, Lord, I'm doing the greater good. You ain't know anything. You are nothing. You are no unlike Bob Backlund or Steven Richards or CM Punk. Folks that thought they were doing the greater good by behaving in a shameful way, doing evil because they thought they were doing the greater good. But you ain't doing the greater good, Seth Rollins. James Storm. I heard you were going to come back to WWE. I heard they wanted you to come back to WWE. And then Corove happened. Or was it Corove 9 between a Corove 20? And then the NWA stopped doing their shows, and then, well, WWE was going to bring you in, and then, the whole Corove shit happened. You were going to start right after WrestleMania, James Storm. You weren't going to be on NXT. No, you were going to be on Raw, and you were going to come out, and you were going to become a friend with Kevin Owens, and you were going to stand up to me, and then you were going to beat the shit out of me and say that I was another man that was going to bring me down. That sounds about right. And I can't do it in WWE right now. I might become in WWE later this year or next year. I don't know what the goals are. But I do know I'm in the TWF, and I know that everyone like it if I like called you right in your lair. Think about that, James Storm. What is that going to get you? If you give me the last call, what's that going to get you? Nowhere. You are a fucking loser that no one gave two shits about. All the IW followers, they always show play they care about their wrestlers. But at the end of the day, no one gave two shits about you. Beer money! Yeah, that shit, right? No one really cared about that crap. At least you folks gave a shit about you when you came to WWE for about what? Free BAM! And when I do come back to WWE, if that does happen, I'm gonna bust you up. But I'll bust you up in the TWF right now. Well, good for James Storm being done with Seth Rollins here on NXT. You know, giving him the last call to Seth Rollins, so I can say that the kinship between Seth Rollins and James Storm is done. Yeah, you could say that is done. Gene Okerlund says that James Storm is no longer a follower of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is now on his own now, like all those evildoers before them, Gene Okerlund said. Well, you know, Hope says, I hope that we have a fight between Seth Rollins and James Storm here on NXT before we're done. Well, I sure hope so too, Bray Wyatt said. I sure hope so too, Wade Barrett said. I'd love to see those two fight. Now, here comes Kurt Angle now. I mean, hold on. I know Diva Talks would love to put that fight together, but here's Kurt Angle. Well, we do know that Seth Rollins is with Kurt Angle now. I want to fucking fight with him. If you have a hang up with James Storm, then take it out and do it in the ring. Yeah, I think I'll do that, Kurt. Well, it's on now. We're going to have Seth Rollins and James Storm fight here on NXT. And James Storm is now coming to the ring now. And he's got one more little thing to say. Like my old WWE theme song said, never send a boy to do a man's job. Bam, meaning, and now this fight's underway now. Yes, there was a time where James Storm was a follower of Seth Rollins, but not anymore, Gene Okerlund said. A body slam and a clothesline, Gene Okerlund said. Well, that's right, Hope said. James Storm did very well for himself before he even met Seth Rollins. Former IW heavyweight winner, many-time NWA team winner. You know, a many-time IW team winner too with Robert Roode. Oh, he is also a former TWF heavyweight winner, former TWF hard midweight winner many times, and a two-time TWF three-time TF team winner with Robert Roode, Abyss, and Seth Rollins. Final call to Seth Rollins. Will this be it? Wade Barrett says 1, 2, and a kick out. And Seth Rollins somehow managed to kick out of this. Oh, Seth Rollins coming back. A drop kick to James Storm. Time to take care of this motherfucker. Well, Wade Barrett said, Seth Rollins, he's going to take care of that, you know why. And, he just curve stumped James Storm. That is sad. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Seth Rollins. And now Seth Rollins has beat James Storm here on NXT. And he's not done yet. Hey, the fight's over. I said the fight's over. Oh, he just curb stomped James Storm again. Fuck you. And now Seth Rollins is just curb stomped James Storm after he curb stomped James Storm to win the fight. Gene Okerlund said, that is truly shameful. Yes, it is truly shameful, Hope says, but that's the kind of man Seth Rollins has become. Seth Rollins has become that evildoer, and he will do anything he thinks he has to do because he thinks he's doing a greater good. But he's actually doing a greater evil, Hope said. We know that, Wade Barrett said, and I hope that James Storm is alright. James Storm is. This is not done, Seth Rollins. Coming after you. Well, I hope if I'm Seth Rollins and hope Seth Rollins is wise, he'll actually leave. Yeah, I'm out of here. You ain't gonna get me, James Storm. Mr. I was in WWE for 3 months and 25th between YL. Well, he's gone. Well, I understand now that Jim Ross, that we don't really need his, do we need his hat or not? You know I haven't, you know I've been wearing my cowboy headwear since between 95 YL. Yeah, but that was a Vince McMahon thing. Vince McMahon thought it would be good for your selfhood. Are we overhearing this? Gene Okerlund said. I think we're picking up back behind the working stuff. Yeah, it was. So, and the sad thing is, this thing never really fits on your head right now, does it? All right. Put it on your head now, even if it's the wrong way or not. No, doesn't really fit that well. And Jim Ross is now going to talk with Cowboy James Storm. All right, yes, Gene Okerlund, I'm going to be talking with James Storm. James Storm, I understood you were going to go back to WWE after WrestleMania 6 between, but then shit happened and you're still stuck in the NWA. But if you're going to talk about me going back to IW, going to AEW, that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, Seth Rollins, he's an evildoer. He's a motherfucker. Alright? No, he's a son of a bitch. Okay? Alright? I used to follow him because I thought we were doing a greater good, Jim Ross. But at the end of the day, it shifted out that we weren't doing the greater good. And I should have known what Sinner and Spear, or Razor and Akam, and Ted DiBiase namesake knew. I should have known that. But no, I kept following him because I thought they were all lying. But it shifts out they were telling the truth the whole time. That he was the evildoer. And so yeah, he beat me. He curb stomped me, Jim Ross. Yeah, what the fuck. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get him and I'm going to final call him. And one day, I will be in WWE again. And Seth better watch out when that day happens. Well, that was my talk with Cowboy James Storm. Back to you, Gene Okerlund. Thank you, Jim Ross, for talking with James Storm here on NXT. Where we all know James Storm was on for 3 months in his 3 months run in WWE. So, looks like it is all the time we got here for TWF NXT. I am Gene Okerlund for Hope, for Wade Barrett. We hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow.